Hi and welcome back to class. So in this Yoga and Pilates fusion class, we're going to reduce some stiffness in the full body, and we're also going to do some gentle strengthening exercises which are very low impact for the joints, and we're going to get started straight away. So starting with your feet hip distance apart, closing your eyes and taking your hands down by your side. As you breathe in, sweeping your arms up, hands meet in prayer, and then exhale to bring them down to your heart. Twice more like this, breathing in, sweep the arms up. Exhale. And again, breathing in, reach through your fingertips, and exhale to drag the prayer down. Opening your eyes and taking your hands to your hips. We're just going to make a few circles with the foot to warm up the ankle. So this is a balance challenge. You can hold onto a wall or a chair. Each side. And then feet come underneath the hips. We're going to come into chair pose. So bending the knees, sitting the hips back nice and gently. You can take your hands to your heart, or if you want a bit more of a challenge, you can bring them up so they're by your ears. So draw your lower belly in and up. Press through the heels as you breathe in, and as you exhale, straightening the legs and twist open to the right. Breathing in, bend the knees, circle the arm back up. Exhale, straighten the legs and twist from your waist to the left. Once more each side like this, breathing in, maybe sinking a little bit further back. Exhale to twist open. And down. Breathing in, reach up through the arms, engage your belly. And exhale, twisting open, maybe looking at your back hand. Inhale, come back to chair. Taking your hands behind you and interlacing the fingers. So you can grab a long sock, you can grab a strap if you have one. If you can't quite reach your hands together, you're going to exhale, fold over your legs, resting your chest on your thighs, and then reaching your hands overhead. Maybe looking behind you, keeping a deep bend in the knees, and shaking your head from left to right. Dropping through the head. On your next breath in, releasing your hands. Bring your hands to your shins and look up halfway as you breathe in. And then exhale to fold over the legs, rounding the spine. And imprinting your spine very slowly up to the top. Roll the shoulders back. We're going to come into a few squats. So keeping the legs as they are, making sure they're underneath your hips. Inhale, send your arms forward and your hips down and back. And breathe in. And sink. And up. We've got 5 of these. Really nice and slow and controlled. Reaching forward through your hands and sinking back into your heels. Nice. Maybe getting a little bit deeper with each one. Pause on the last one. And pressing back up. So taking your hands behind your head. And you're going to sink down back into that chair. Sinking down, engaging your core. Exhale to shoot the right leg out. And in. And out. And in. So we've got 5 of these. We're not here for long. 2 more. Really pressing into that left foot. And bring the legs together, stand up, take a breath in. And exhale, sink down, and the leg comes out. So this is definitely another balance challenge. And just reduce the range if you need to. You don't have to come so far down. Last one. And replace. Lovely. Taking your feet into a wide-legged position so you can have them quite far apart if you feel comfortable. Pulling up through the inner arches of your feet, don't let them collapse in. Holding onto your waist, take a breath in. And as you exhale, bend the knees. And gently fold over the legs. Let your head hang heavy. And you can bring your hands down for support. You can have a block in front of you. And you can keep quite a deep bend in your legs. Coming onto your fingertips. Look up halfway as you breathe in. And then as you breathe out, fold once more. One last time. Inhale to halfway lift. You may need to heel toe your feet in a little bit closer for some stability. Keeping a flat back as you come up into that position. Lovely. We're going to come down into a tabletop position. So if you need padding under your knees, please take a towel or rolled up blanket. And you want your wrists underneath your shoulders and your knees underneath your hips. Okay, starting with the left leg for a donkey kick. As you breathe out, keep the same angle at the knee and lower. Exhale to lift up, squeeze the glute and lower. 5 of these. Please engage your core, pull up at the navel. You don't want to arch your lower back and you don't want to round it. You want it nice and flat. Lovely, onto the other side. Exhale to lift, inhale to lower. So think of it, if you have a glass of water resting on your back and you don't want that water to fall off. You want to keep your back nice and flat. Last one. And lower. Dog in the park. So taking the knee out to the left, squeezing at the top and lowering. So again, you don't need to take it so high. Work within your own range. And don't sink into your shoulders. Press the mat away. Last one. And onto the other side. Exhale to lift and inhale. Trying to keep the hips as square as you can. And try to keep the weight even, pressing through both hands. Final one, lift and lower. And we're going to go for a combo. So donkey kick back and down and then lift and lower. 2 and 3. Lifting up your lower belly, nice and strong through the arms, and 5. On to the other side, and lift, and lift, and 2. And 3, and 4, and 5. Lovely. Tucking your toes, bring your big toes to touch. Take your knees out quite wide, or you can have them close together. You choose your child's pose. Walking your hands forward and dropping your head. On your next breath in, walking your hands to meet your knees and come into a seat. Bringing the soles of your feet together for butterfly pose. Pressing into the outer edges of your feet, lifting up through your crown, reaching your collarbones away from each other. And maybe walking your hands forward. So keeping your spine straight as you breathe in, and then maybe rounding nice and gently, tucking your head as you breathe out. And you don't want your knees sinking too far to the floor. Try and keep your inner thighs engaged and your outer edges of the feet pressing into the mat. And on your next breath in, coming out. And we're going to take a square pose for our final pose. So taking your left leg out straight, and then the right foot comes underneath the left knee. The left foot then comes in front of the right knee, and you'll find you're in quite of a square shape. If you need to readjust, you can move your hips back to the side. If this is uncomfortable, then please just try a cross-legged position or sitting onto a cushion or a towel. Anything that will elevate your hips will help a lot. So pressing into the outer edges of your feet as you breathe in, and then exhale to twist to the left. So right hand comes to your left knee, and maybe you look behind you, maybe you look to the side. Nice deep breaths. And release. And I want you to very gently walk forward into this stretch. So just being in this position might be plenty for you, but if you want to get into the hips a little bit more, please walk very gently forward. And drop your head if it feels nice. And the inhale finds length, press through the edges of your feet. And the exhale allows you to sink a little bit deeper into the stretch. And we'll come out. And we'll cross the legs. Swap the legs. So left ankle under right knee. Right foot in front of left knee. And just find that square shape, make yourself comfortable. If you find any pulling sensation in the knee or any sort of uncomfortable pain in your knee, please come out of this. Again, try elevating your hips, that might help. Breathing in and exhale into the twist. Nice and gentle. And release. Staying here if this is enough for you, or very gently. Walk your hands forward. Maybe rock from left to right. Inhale to lengthen the spine. And exhale, sink into the hips. And release any tension that you have. And as always, I do encourage you to stay in these postures for as long as time allows. But for today, that is all. And I hope you have a great day, and I will see you next time. Thank you so much.